Well, welcome to the channel. I'm Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. Just about to go train, but I wanted to do this before I went. Excuse me, just clear my throat. Proverbs 25:11. I just like to build my talks off something with some authority behind it. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in a setting of silver. Like an earring of gold or an ornament of fine gold is a wise man's rebuke to a listening ear. In many situations in life, we're confronted with things that don't suit us, may be things that we don't want to hear. I can remember decades ago when I was confronted by men wiser than myself who were helping me to improve as a young man. And what I found early in life was the wisdom was with the older men. That's where the wisdom was. I learnt that at the age of 16. Listen to the older men. Look at how they live and work out what's the best way to go. At the age of 16, I soon worked out, because I worked in an abattoir, I was cutting open cow stomachs. I didn't go too well at school. Excuse me. And I looked around. There was 1,000 people that worked at that abattoirs, and I had lots of people to look at and watch every day. And I did, and I soon realized that the people that were drinking and on drugs and things were the ones that were cutting themselves and having time off work and all that stuff. And I'm telling you, it all come down to drugs, drink, these other substances and things. These people were not making it. You'd hear them coming in. They lost their marriages, relationships, their health, their sanity, their friends. They never got anywhere. They wasted their money. And I learned. And I listened to the wise old guys. Cut like this, hold your knife like that, wash the fat off your hands like this. And it went on and on for 3-4 years. I learned and I learned and I learned. And sometimes you got in trouble off the foreman. Sometimes you got in big trouble. But I saw the foreman at a friend's wedding anniversary a couple of months ago. And I always thank him when I see him, Steve, for the discipline that he showed me while I was becoming a young slaughterman. Horrible job. And what we don't realize is sometimes the thing that we need to hear is the last thing that we want to hear. And that's where we sabotage our progress. That's where we sabotage great leaps that excel us and extend us into life quicker. We don't waste time. That's why a word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in settings of silver. Like an earring of gold or an ornament of fine gold is a wise person's rebuke to a listening ear. But the hardest part is the listening ear. People just are so stubborn and arrogant today that they miss out. They make wrong decisions. And the wise person standing there going, hey, man, like really, if you just, if you just build, if you just come off the drugs, if you just come off the smokes, if you just get yourself right, if you just fall over the edge and go, no, I'm not going to do this anymore, and become the black sheep of the family and break the generational curse on it and go, yeah, I'm going to go straight and I'm going to go hard and I'm going to get this right. I'm going to get better. I'm going to come out of this. And guess what? Then you start listening. The things that were blocking things off, the things that were cutting you away from the direction that you needed to go. You start to hear strategies. You start to want to listen to things that are going to help you build your life. Because time waits for no one. You want to waste time? By all means do so, but nobody can get it back for you. That's on you. That's up to you. At the end of this thing, you're going to have to look at yourself in the mirror and go, you know what? They tried to tell me. Don't be one of them. Oh, they tried to tell me. Don't be one of these sitting outside of the casualty with drips in you and smoking a smoke, and everybody walking past just shaking their head going, gosh, modern day leper. Some of you people that are on this lifestyle that's just not getting you anywhere, it's proven not to get you anywhere. You've wasted hundreds of thousands of dollars and whatever else you've done. You just haven't gotten anywhere. You make the wrong decisions, you think the wrong way, you treat yourself the wrong way, you mix with the wrong people. The hole gets deeper and deeper. What's it going to take for you to finally come around to a place where you can say, right, I am jumping off this cliff and I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. I don't want to be like this anymore. A man takes joy in a fitting reply. And how good is a timely word? And that timely word might be not something that you want to hear, but it's exactly what you need to hear. Why are you snorting that shit, man? You just smashed your car. You just abused your mother. You just had a bong snap. You've broken your ankle because you were drunk. You've got a sexual disease because you met up with somebody on drugs and now you've just pumped and been dumped. All drug related. People in their right minds don't do that crap, man. Ladies, gentlemen, whoever's listening. A word fitly spoken. Are you listening? Is like apples of gold in a setting of silver. It may not be what you want to hear, but it's fitly, it's timely, it's exactly what you need to hear, but it's up to you if you want to listen. Here's one thing that's for sure. Luke 10:16. Whoever listens to you listens to me. That was Jesus speaking to his disciples. Whoever rejects you rejects me, but whoever rejects me rejects him who sent me. So it goes on down the line, but you better be saying stuff that's going to help people if you're putting yourself in that position. What you also want to realize is God don't listen to sinners. So why should you? Why should you listen to people that aren't going to give you advice that's going to build you up mentally, physically, spiritually, intellectually, and in every other aspect and respect? Whoever listens to the godly person and who does his will, that's who God listens to. But he'll listen to you if you come to him and say, look, I've had enough of this. Can you get me out of it? He'll rise to that. Another instance is in Exodus 6:12. But Moses said to the Lord, if the Israelites will not listen to me, why would Pharaoh listen to me, since I speak with faltering lips? He had a stammer. Moses had a stammer. They wouldn't listen. Sometimes we have to assemble and listen. One of the hardest things to do is listen to words that we need to hear. The crowd listened to Paul until he said this. And then they raised his voices and shouted out, rid him from the earth. This was Paul's preaching about the Lord Jesus Christ. Some people just don't want to hear that, and that's fine. But guess what? A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in a setting of silver. Sometimes the things we don't want to hear, can't comprehend, shut our ears to, might be exactly what we need to hear. We may not understand it at that time, but as our mind tries to digest it, and understand what's going on, even in a rebellious state. When the light flicks on and your spirit starts to listen, guess what? You become wise. You start to become wise. Wiser than what you are. Why stay in a situation where you're at when you can improve? An honest answer given is like a kiss on the lips. Honesty's more intimate than what we realize. It's something that can be hard to find. There's a lot of covert dishonesty going on out there that people cover up. And this does a lot of damage to people. But that seems to be a part of a culture out there that people are learning about. It's not good to be dishonest. If an honest answer given is like a kiss on the lips, a dishonest answer is like strangling someone around the throat. Isn't it? And too often we're too frightened to be honest. A wise man's rebuke. Right? Someone that's wise, not just any fool. A wise man. Someone that's led by example for decades. You listen to people like that, I can tell you from my life experience, you will become what's in the back of your mind that you need to become. You will become. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in a setting of silver. Like an earring of gold or an ornament of fine gold is a wise man's rebuke to a listening ear. I'm Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist. Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. Thank you for joining me, and bye for now.